Good morning, guys. Today we are going to be teaching you how to make a spell bottle, and it's going to be really fun and spooky. See, spooky. So this is the spell bottle that I'm going to start out with. I got this at the dollar store and I just thought it was really cute. But the first step is to cleanse it. This is my collection of basically all my incense sticks and incense cones, all of that stuff. Yes, I have a lot of them, basically piles, but my favorite to use is frankincense for just energy clearing. And then I also really like to use a sage one, and then I use a good smelling one, just usually to make it kind of smell nice when you open the jar, if you're planning on opening it. So I usually use rose, but I think today I'm going to use jasmine. I have a couple of those jasmine too. You can use incense cones, but I wouldn't suggest it with something like this because it'll get stuck in there. So I would suggest using just an incense stick. But my favorite ones of those to use are full moon for blessings and dragon's blood. You can also use some of the sage incense sticks as well. But now that we got those picked out, we're going to sage our bottle. Okay, so then it's really easy. You just take the incense stick and just cleanse all of it. And then on the outside of it, this one kind of lost its smokiness, so I'll do a new one to show you guys. So there, and then just doing the second one, and there we go. Next thing I like to do is add lavender, because I add lavender to everything. Not only for like the good smells, but just because it's just such a symbol of protection for me. I cannot get this out one-handed, so hold on a second. Okay, I got some. So I like to add this to all of my basically spell bottles, protection bottles, just to make sure a little extra protection. And it smells really nice, so your bottle won't smell bad. I'm spilling this all over, but I always add just a really kind of thin layer on the bottom, and then I put some lavender on the top as well. This is an idea for one of the other spell bottles that I did, and I put like lavender and protection for like cinnamon. But then I also put all these little just stones and things, little crystals, feathers, and then I put this cute little like twine rope. All the stuff that I put in here I obviously saged, and I mean, keeping this one for a while, not only does it look really pretty, but I really like this has really been protecting our house. So you can pretty much add whatever you want to it. Just make sure to look up if the ingredients are for protection, and always use those type of things, especially black candles and black tourmaline, I think it's called, for protection spell bottles, because those will be the strongest for the most protection. Then after I put a few little things, like a few little crystals, a few little like leaves and things like that, and obviously my lavender, then I put pink Himalayan salt because that's really good for protection. And I really love, I guess, using pink Himalayan salt is just such a great protection product, I guess would be called, but it's really good for like all kinds of things that you need in making spa bottles. This is another spa bottle that I did, and this one is for good fortune. I did this a while ago. The only reason I don't like to use these jars is because this clasp, you can't like really secure it, and eventually I want to get one of those wax seals so I can wax seal these, but this is just another look at one. This also has like a little feather in there, and this one has an incense cone. Okay, so I added a little feather, and then I'm going to add a little bit of basil in there as well. Just for the record, this is really messy because of this jar shape, so I'm having to use like a little straw for this to actually get all the stuff, but it's working. I usually put just a little bit of basil, but again, this jar is being difficult. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon on the top of this. This is one of the big protection ones, and it's really good to put at the top of your spa bottles. And then I'm going to put sea salt. And finally, I'm going to add a few dabbles of my moon water that I just got charged. That will really help just kind of seal the bottle up and help with your intentions. And finally, I seal it with a blessing. So again, this is my practice, not anyone else's practice, so I might do mine a little differently than someone else did, but this is a basic one that I do, and I usually add, like, I don't fill the bottles all the way if you're like reading this and being like it's not full all the way, just because I want to put the perfect amount, and I figured out what my bottle will look like. Yours might look different. I also kind of decorated mine just to make it kind of cooler, prettier, and I might do some other cooler things to some of my other spa bottles. But if you're interested in seeing any more of these videos, put it in the comments. These are some of the bottles that I'm planning on using year round, and I'm just gonna have the witch's brew like hiding in the back, and I'm really excited to use these as spa bottles soon. Aren't they so cute?